Hello, I am that one CAD dev, and welcome back to the updated series of how to build a CAD/MDT. In today's video for the updated series, we will be going over where everyone starts, which is the login or sign up page. So to begin this page, you first want to go ahead and make the background, not the background style, I'm sorry. You want to make the preset page width. You just want to make that full width. The background style, this is your choice. You can do an image, you can do a video. Most of the time, most common is a flat color. Usually I like to go with darker colors like this or something like that. That is personal preference on what you want to do, but that is what I like. On page title, this can be like if you do your community name, so I guess you can just do community or whatever your community name is, and then login, I guess. This can be whatever you want it to be, but for now I'm just going to do YouTube login. Just like that. Okay. So just like that. Now, to get started with the actual design of the page, I am going to place a text in the top left. This can be centered. You can do whatever you want with this text. But I am going to put the name of my community. So in this case, I'm just going to do YouTube and then login. Or you can do YouTube CAD login, whatever you want to do, whatever you think is good. With the style here, if you choose this right here, you can edit all this. So I can make it like 36. I can do white. That way it shows up. And I am going to select a thing here. There we go. So that's what I'm going to use for the entire CAD. If you want to use that, there you go. Other than that, you don't need to mess with anything with the background style or anything like that, unless, of course, you want to. That is your choice. Now we're going to go ahead, and after you got that text down, of course, you can edit this however you want, but I'm going to go ahead and place a group on the page. If you go to the left side of your screen, go to design, you can see all these elements here. That is also where I got the text. If you go down to containers, you can see it says group. Go ahead, drag that on the page. If you right click that group and press center horizontally and center vertically, that will center it just like that. So now that we have that done, why is there so many groups? Okay, nope. So now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and drag it up here actually, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Then I'm just going to center horizontally just like that. So on the style here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make it a flat color. Usually what I like to do, I'll probably do, I don't know how good this will look, but a blue. That'll work. Even though it's a blue on a black, I'm still going to use it. So this is going to be our login. So this is going to be where users log in, not register. So if you go ahead and you rename this group, renaming these groups are really useful, because if you go to the top left where it says elements tree and you bring that down, you can see your group there, group G. And you'll have to uncheck only show hideable. If you uncheck that, you can see group G. So what I'm going to name this, I'm going to name this login group. Just like that. Now, if you go over here to the left side and get another text, I'm going to go ahead and drag it out. And I'm going to center it horizontally by right-clicking and going down. I'm going to go ahead and say login. And then just like before, I'm going to do B. Where was it? It was here somewhere. It was right here. And I've done the 800. I'm going to make it white and 24. Actually, no, I'm going to do 32. Yeah, 32. And then if you want your text to be centered as well, you click this thing right here. and it'll make it centered, just like normal. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead, and if you go to your left side here, you go past visual elements and containers, it'll be input forms. You want to grab an input. Go ahead, just place it on the page. It don't have to be centered, but I am going to. And this will be how you get the email of the user. So the placeholder can be email. The content format, this is important for it to actually show, so you want to do email. Just like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and edit this, and I'll be right back whenever it's edited. Okay, I got my input box filled out here. I'm also going to make it a bit smaller, just like that. If you are unaware of how to get it just this single line at the bottom, if you click it and scroll down to where it says define border each independently under your background style, if you check that, then it will go ahead and allow you to make customizations to each border. And I'm going to do this thing where whenever they hover over the email input, it'll make that bottom border a solid white color instead of a grayed out color. So what you want to do, if you want to copy me, you go to conditional, define another condition. You can do when this input is hovered, you want to scroll down and find border color, and I want this to be white. So there we go. Now we are going to Control-C, Control-V, drag it down, 1111. This is going to be your password. So instead of this just being input password, I want it to be login password. The reason we make it say login password, also go ahead and do this for the email. The reason we make this say login, email, and password is that so whenever we do register, we're not getting those two confused. So to do the password, you want to make your content format password. You want to make your placeholder password, just like that. And then I'm going to keep all the rest the same. Now you can have a button or you can have an icon with one of the listed plugins that I have used, which you should have seen on screen previously. So this will be your button. It'll be on your left side under your text. So I'm going to put this as login. Then I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I am going to edit this for now, and I will see you when I get back. Okay, now that I have it designed, all I did to get this, also if you want to, you can remove these conditionals, it doesn't do much. So what I did to get this design is I just took away the background style. Instead of it being a flat color, I just done none. And instead of doing a whole entire button, if you want to, you could have done a text and it'd do the same thing. You just have to customize it to look like one. So now that that is done, what we can go ahead and do is we can right click, go down all the way on this, and it says start/edit workflow, or you can go up here and press start/edit workflow. That'll bring up this page. This is where we're going to do everything, and it tells what each element does. So it tells Bubble do this and do that. So click the button that says click here to add another action, go down to data things, not create new thing, I'm sorry. Go to account, press the button that says click here to add another action, go to account, go to log the user in, go to email, and you want to do login emails value. Same for the password, login passwords value. These you can do stay logged in or remember the email, whichever one you want to do. And then from there, you can just leave that. So, and then go back to design. And then I'm just going to simply copy and paste this and put it over here. And I'm going to make this say register. I'm going to extend it, and then I'm going to make it over there. And then go ahead, you don't need to edit the workflows just yet on that button, just leave it there. Now, like I said before, once you're done with that, click the group, the entire group, go to the top left under your elements tree, and what you want to do, you want to uncheck only show hideable. And then you can go ahead and press this little I, and that'll hide that. Before I do that, I am going to go ahead and copy and paste the color, and then I'm going to hide it. Or if you didn't want to, you could just grab the group, press Control C, Control V, and you can copy it. So that's what I'm going to do. So, and now we can just call this register group, just like that. And then text register. And you will need to extend this group since it is your register. Then you can just copy paste. And these were 11. And then you want to have 4 of these. So you want email, password, confirm password. You want name, and you want your CAD password. And yes, I am going to have a CAD password. That way you don't have to, but if you do want it, then you can go ahead and get it. So now, like I said before, I'm going to name all of these register, confirm password, just like that. And all I'm doing now is I'm going through and changing the placeholder to what it needs to be. So for password, you want to go ahead and rename that to register password. Email, you want that to be register email. And then for your name, you want this to be register. Let me click it, register name. And on this, you want this to be register CAD password. Now go back up to your name, and on the content format, you want this to be text. On the CAD password, you want this to be text. Also, if you do require it, you want to go ahead and put this input should not be empty on the name and CAD password. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot those up and make that group smaller, just like that. And I'm going to rename these. Register, login, and there we go. So now we got the register done. What you want to do, you want to click the register text that we've already used. What I did is I just swapped these. You want to click it, you want to press start/edit workflow. And then you want to do, click here to add another action. You want to do sign the user up. The email, you want to do register emails value. Password, you want to do register passwords value. If you have added this, you want to require a password confirmation. That will be register confirm passwords value. Then you can do send an email. If you want to do this, you can, but you don't have to. Now you can do remember the email. And you want to click change another field once, and you want to type in name. And then after you type in name, just like I have done, you want to do create a new field. The field name, field type needs to be text, and then you want to click create. Then the name should equal register names value. Now, how you do the CAD password is you go only when register CAD password's value is, and then your CAD password. So whatever you want to be your CAD password is what you'll put in this box, and then you'll just press enter, and it'll go ahead and do that. So register CAD's password's value is CAD password. Then if you click here to add another action, you want to do element actions, animate. You can do register group. The animation, I'm just going to do a simple fade out. Then we can do element actions, hide, register group. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to animate the login group. I'm going to fade in. Then I'm going to show the login group. That way they have a chance to log in. Now that you have registered, I'm going to go back to design, and I'm going to go to login. This is for the register group, the one we are currently working on. I want to go to the bottom where it says login. I want to press start/edit workflow. Once you're here, I'm going to go ahead and click the when button registers click, and I'm just going to copy the animate, go to step 2, copy it, and then go here and then paste it. And then you want to do that from step 2 to step 5. on the button register. So we got step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. So just like that. Now if we go back to design, if we click the group and we press the little I and we go to the login and we press it, then we'll be greeted with this again. Press the register button, start/edit workflow. You want to animate, element actions hide, element actions animate, element actions show. So we want to show the element register. On step 3, you want to animate the element register, and I'm just going to fade in. Now on step 2, you want to hide the login group, and on step 1, you want to animate the login group to be fade out. You can customize these. It has a lot of them, so you can choose between the around 40, 50 of them that are in here. Now that we've got that done, we have login, so we log the user in. We have the register done, so you can register. Now we're going to go ahead and test all this. So at the top, if you look where it says all these with different things, if you go past help, it'll say saved. Once that says saved, if you go to the top right and press preview, that'll bring you to this page, which is just the test. And if I click this link and go to debug_mode, I'm gonna make that false. That way this page is just a single page. Now you're probably wondering, why does your login look like this? Well, that's because if you go over here back to your design, you want to do fixed width. And you want to do that for both of those. So you just want to click the login group, you want to scroll down, and you want to check make this element fixed width. Now if you go back and you click this at the top, wait for it to load, it'll look like this. Much better, more clean, and everything. So, and actually I forgot a step. So if you go back to your design, you go to the register group, you want to click it and you want to scroll down where it says this element is visible on page load. You want to unclick that, just like that. Now I'm going to go back to the login and I'm going to press preview in the top right. Let that load, and now you can see the login. Now that you can see the login, you can go ahead and press the register button, and there you go, it'll show the register. So now the email, I am going to use youtube@demo.com. The password, I'm just going to use demo01. Demo01. For the name, I'm just going to have demo. For the CAD password, it was CAD password. There you go. Then you can press the register button in the bottom left, and you can see this blue bar. It's registering you with your name and everything. Now, instead of it just showing you, there's nothing really to say that the user registered. So if you go to the top left, and if you want to hide this, go to the register, go down to where it says register, you want to press start/edit workflow. And I forgot to add where it says step 1, if you click the arrow at step 1 right after it, you want to go to element actions, reset inputs, just like that, reset relevant inputs. So now Now what we're going to do, we're going to show a little alert that tells them, hey, you registered under this name. So what you want to do is you want to use the listed plugin that I listed in the start of the video under required plugins. You want to go click here to add an action. You want to go to plugins, error alert custom. For the heading, I'm just going to say new member. And then for the text, I want to say registered member. So you want to grab step 7. You want to drag it behind step 2. So now it'll take the place of step 2. Now the icon to display will be success. I'm going to fade. I'm not going to show the close button. I'm going to make it appear in the bottom left. and it'll show for about 3.5 seconds. In milliseconds, 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. So 3,500 milliseconds will be 3.5 seconds. For the background color, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy and paste this. So workflow, and then I'm going to paste it in there, and then show display bar. And then there you go. Now, I want to also copy this whenever they click login. So whenever it logs the user in, I'm just going to copy and paste this error alert. And I want to say logged in user. And I want to do, instead of, and if you do it on login, you want to do current user's name, just like that. Now, go ahead, hide this, and wait until it says saved up here. And then you want to go back and you want to test it. So I'm going to test it real quick. Email password. So the email will be youtube@demo.com. Password will be demo, and you can press the login button. That's not the right password. Okay, demo1. Okay. So instead of go ahead and logging in, I'm going to test everything. I'm going to press register. I'm going to go email, which will be youtube@demo1.com. For the password, I'm going to use demo02. Demo02. For the name, I'm going to use demo02. And then for the CAD password, it was CAD password, just like that. Now you can go ahead and click the register button, and you can see in the bottom left, new member, registered member, demo2. So now you're probably asking yourself, well, how do they know if they are denied because they got the wrong password? Well, that's simple to do. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead, and I'm going to copy and paste this error alert. So I'm going to Control V, Control C. And on step 3, which was the original error alert, you want to scroll down to where it says only when. You want to do only when register CAD password's value is, and then you want to do your CAD password. So just like that. Then you want to go to step 2, and this is going to say wrong password. And then this will say the CAD password is incorrect. So now scroll down just like before, go to only when register CAD password's value is not your CAD password. And now we're going to test this. So we're going to go back to our preview. We're going to update the page. And we're going to say my name is Demo03, and we're going to say the CAD password is, or we're going to say email is youtube@demo03.com. Password will be demo03. The confirmed password will be demo03. The CAD password will say CAD password. And we'll say we forgot a letter. We'll press register, and it'll say wrong password. The CAD password is incorrect. So we can go back here, and we'll have to retype everything. And if I go to log in, and I try and log in with youtube@demo03.com, and I use that thing, demo03, you will see it will not let me see. So, because it technically didn't register. So now you are finished. What you want to do, go back to your editor. You want to go to top left. You want to go to add a new page. You want to call this home. And then you want to press create. Now don't mess with anything on this. Go over to index. Go to the login group, and where it says login, you want to press start/edit workflow. You want to do navigation. Go to page home. And then there you go. Now you are finished with your login/sign up. So I hope this helped. If it did, please leave a comment. Feel free to like and subscribe. Other than that, have a good day, and I will see you whenever we do the home page. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.